Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie Jennings from EJSLLC.com. This video is another in my practice session series for the Red Hat Certified Specialist in Linux Diagnostics and Troubleshooting Exam EX342. Before I dive in, I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video, as well as invite anyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed, to click the subscribe button. Also, a reminder that these are my practice sessions for the exam. My exam is exactly 1 week away, and I'm doing my final review of going through all of the posted objectives and am trying to either explain the concept behind the objectives or do examples of the objectives. And at the end of the video, I'll do a little self-assessment and hopefully I'll feel confident with the objective. And if not, I still have a week to do a little bit of last minute brushing up to try to get the information back to the front side of my head. That being said, these should not be considered tutorials or used as authoritative information. I myself am still learning, and I do try to have the information accurate because at this point, a week away, I hope I haven't learned something wrong. But since I am still learning, these should not be used as authoritative sources for preparation. I do put these out on the internet in hopes that those that might watch my practice session and see some of the things that I do, you might get some ideas of things that you can create and do to help with your own preparation. So moving into the objective, we're going to start looking at the diagnose application issues. And the first objective here is identify library dependencies for third-party software. Now, I'm not a software developer, so how I describe this is probably not going to be terribly accurate and probably will be quite simplistic. So if you are a programmer or a dev out there and you don't like how I explain libraries, feel free to put in the comments of the video how libraries should be explained. I'm sure people would love to hear it, or love to read it rather. So basically what library dependencies are, or libraries themselves, are basically code that multiple applications can use. And when you install an application like HTTPD or anything else, often you will see the package as well as several other packages that get installed as dependencies. And some of those dependencies are libraries that that are able to be used by other pieces of software. Now, I am not super knowledgeable of libraries. Like I said, I'm not a software developer, so I've never been involved with writing libraries and making applications use them. What I have often done in the system administration space is, I see that a library is missing and we need to somehow get this library installed on a system. And I have a feeling for the scope of the exam, that's probably what you'll have to do. You'll have some objective where some application is broke, and the thing that is broke, of course, the objective is not going to say fix the libraries, but it's going to be, VSFTPD can't run, and you have to figure out why, and it may be because a library is missing. So what I'm going to do, let's pick on lab server 5. I haven't picked on that in a little while. Become root, and I'm going to install VSFTPD. Yeah. It's 9:40. My brain's starting to be fried on a Thursday night. And of course, Murphy's Law, there's only one thing for VSFTPD. Okay, so let us run this. Okay, well, of course I need to do status VSFTPD service. So this is running, life is good. Now, if I wanted to know, there's one other aspect. There's an aspect of libraries, and I think the phrase is like dynamic linked libraries. That's where, and again, I'm oversimplifying this, but that's the bits that that allow your applications in their memory space and runtime to be able to utilize the other libraries. And there's a command called LDD that will show you I think they're called object dependencies, but it's basically show you the dependencies that will come from our various libraries for an application. So I should be able to do LDD VSFTPD. I have to do the actual executable. Whoops. I can't just tell it the name of the package, and I even misspelled it anyway. So if I LDD that, it shows me these are the library dependencies for FTPD. You see libpam, libcap. There's some people that say lib, like libc, libz, all that. That probably is more accurate. Devs probably say that. I learned it as lib, but it means the same thing. So something that this particular tool, LDD, is quite useful for troubleshooting. Let's say I did this. I'm probably going to totally break this system by doing this, but let's see if I can get rid of this. Or let's say that was missing, that libdl. So I'm going to stop ctl, stop vs ftpd, and let's do a DNF. Can't remember the exact difference between provides and what provides. I think I tend to do what provides more than provides. Oh, it's glibc. All right, so I'm probably not going to be able to uninstall this, but let's try it anyway. These are my little lab systems, and why not? So DNF remove glibc. This is not going to go well, I can tell you that. I'm not sure if it'll let me do that. You know, we're going to do it this way. Oh, this is totally going to break the system. RPM QA, not GA. We're going to blow this away with RPM. Is it not going to let me do it? Yeah, RPM is probably like, fool, why are you trying to do this? All right, so I think it's no deps. We're going to get rid of glibc one way or another. Oh, I think it's ignore deps. Let's take a look at man RPM. Usually you're not using RPM to install stuff, and you're usually not ignoring dependencies of, doing everything wrong. Dash no deps. That's what I want. All right. Okay, so I'm sure I've totally broken RPM. Oh, goody. All right, let's see if LDD will still work. LDD was it sbin vs ftpd maybe. Yeah. Okay. So I've totally broken this system. So let's say that there was a dependency that was. Let me go into another server since lab server 5 is broken really beyond repair now. Let's go to lab server 6, and we'll do. Where's SSHD at? User sbin. Actually surprised that let me do that without being root. So let me clear my screen and then do this again so I can scroll. So if something was missing with this, you would basically, I think this would say not found. And then you would use your package manager, DNF provides the name of the library, and install the library to fix the application. There is another thing for these libraries. What's it? Object dump, I think is what this is called. OBJ dump. Yeah. This goes beyond what I understand about libraries. And if you needed to get information about it, I think you can do ob dump path to the library, something like that. Yeah, if the entire exam is, I guess it's, at least one of these switches have to be given. Let's do file headers. Let's see what that gives us. Okay, let's do, I know I saw -p being used with examples. I guess this gives us information about, remember soname? That's ringing a bell in my head. That talks about the I guess the name of the library file. Yeah. So remember at the video I said don't use this as authoritative information. This is why, because I am not a master of libraries by any means. Again, I don't think this is going to get really deep into dealing with libraries. There was another command that would show the the current cached libraries that are available for applications to use. I can't remember that off the top of my head. Probably what I'm going to do this weekend is go through my actual training materials and see what it talks about library dependencies and see if there's something that I should probably try to remember. But I think from a real world perspective, you're going to be using LDD to see if libraries are missing. Maybe there'll be an objective that's like lists the library dependencies for some application, and you'll be expected to output that to a file. But I have a feeling that's going to be about it, because truth be told, like if the library itself is broken, really your only options are reinstall it. I mean, I can't imagine for something that is geared towards system administrators and not software developers. I can't imagine us having to debug and fix a library on this exam. So I think LDD is probably what Red Hat's looking for. So I'm going to consider this mostly a pass. I think I'll be able to use LDD for troubleshooting, but it's something that I might try to find some time to brush up on for my my actual study materials for the exam. Again, with these practice sessions, I've been trying to do all of this off the top of my head just to test my recall and the like. So hopefully you found this video useful, or if you're a software developer, maybe you got a good laugh watching me try to stumble through libraries. Regardless, if you did get a laugh or find some use, do click like on the video. I want to thank returning subscribers for watching another video, and invite anyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed, to click the subscribe button, ring the bell when you do so you know when new content is available. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you the next time.